Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor and I'm doing this video early. So I'm gonna try to keep my voice down, but if my sons happen to wake up, then it's not gonna kill them to be up early every once in a while. My 16-year-old loves to sleep in, but that's what teeny boppers do. I want to show you this from Masterworks, who is one of my sponsors. A July 2022 survey by Asset Tribe, an alternative investment platform, found that the demand for alternative assets is set to grow by 46% over the next 12 months due to the inflation, the need to diversify, and higher potential returns. And these are the ones. Real estate was the most popular asset type with 75%, but others showed significant interest in as well, including carbon net zero funds, fine art, and wine. So I think people are hitting the exits from a lot of investments and they're looking for safe havens, I guess it would be the word for it. And one of them is art. And I've been buying on Masterworks because I'm able to buy into fine art for the first time in my life. They get it down to a minimum of $500 investments, and you're literally buying a share of an expensive piece of artwork that they've gone out and bought. This is just a few of them right here that are for sale right now. But anyway, you can go on the link in the top of the description of this video and you can have at it. All right, check this out. This is Coin Paprika today. We have got ourselves some green on the board. Looks like this is my list of the things that I'm buying right now, except for only one on this list I haven't bought recently is Bitcoin. I don't have any Bitcoin right now. Now, I'm not saying I won't buy some. Look, even if I don't believe in the tech or whatever, that doesn't stop me from Bitcoin as an investment. If I see that there are enough people behind it and the price gets low enough and I see an opportunity, I'll take it. Okay. I told you the other day, I bought a little Ethereum, even though I'm angry about a lot of things with ETHgate. That doesn't mean I don't think Ethereum is going to go up or be around for a long time. I do. I think it's an opportunity leading up to the merge, even if these guys don't deserve to be issuing their second security, you know. And then look at the top here, IOTA is outperforming over the last 24 hours. IOTA is performing. Now this is one of them that I've got my eye on. So, and I've been buying IOTA. That's one of all of these I've been buying. Okay, except for Bitcoin. And then here's what's interesting. If you look back, XRP is at 36 cents, almost 37 cents. And this is what Dark Defender said about it. Hi there, XRP has broken the resistance at 4H and 1D and is proceeding to equalize it weekly. A close above 36 cents can lead to a tremendous weekly candle towards 66 to 84 cents. You can find more details on our webpage. So it's crawled now. Closed. No, when he says closed, I don't know if that means today or when he's talking about that. I hear all these chart guys talk about the weekly close, but I don't know what that's considered. Is that considered Friday, the weekend? I don't know. Okay. This is from Putin. You got to hear this. I recorded this. I think I saw this somewhere on Newsweek or whatever. Listen to this.
Все больше и больше набирают обороты, набирают силу. Эти грандиозные изменения, конечно, необратимы. И как на национальном, так и на глобальном уровне идет выработка основ, принципов гармоничного, более справедливого, социально ориентированного и безопасного миропорядка. Альтернативного существующему или, можно сказать, существовавшему до сих пор однополярному мироустройству, которое по своему характеру, безусловно, становится тормозом для развития цивилизации. Модель тотального доминирования так называемого золотого миллиарда несправедлива. Ну, почему вот этот золотой миллиард из всего населения планеты Почему он должен доминировать над всеми, навязывать свои правила поведения, основанные на иллюзии исключительность? Она делит народы на первый и второй сорт, а потому является российской и неоколониальной по сути своей. А лежащая в ее основе глобалистская, якобы либеральная идеология все больше приобретает черты тоталитаризма.
Did we just hear the Russian leader calling for that he doesn't like totalitarianism? Because I don't either. And if that's what the new world order is, I don't want any part of it. So I don't know if he's calling out the people that are calling for a new world order, and that those are the people that are trying to disguise it and turn it into totalitarianism. But we don't want any part of that, I can promise you that. Okay, a lot happened yesterday, so let's go through it. Today, this is SEC. Today we announced insider trading charges against former Coinbase product manager, his brother, and his friend for perpetuating a scheme to trade ahead of multiple announcements regarding certain crypto assets that would be available for trading in the Coinbase platform. Now, this is the kind of stuff. No, see, we've talked bad about the SEC for over a year, thousands of us. It's not the SEC itself. We have no problem with this kind of stuff. This is what the SEC should be doing. This is what they're for. Not going after American companies to try to shut them down or stall them because they've got somebody behind the scenes that's telling them to do it. They should be going after fraud and things like this, insider trading. They should be going after people like Nancy Pelosi and her husband, but they don't. They have an agenda. It's the agenda that we have a problem with, because that is not why this government organization was formed. It was formed to protect the people, unless that was a lie too. Now, Jake Travinsky, who I don't like, but he is an attorney, so I'll listen to this. SEC alleges in today's complaint that non-digital assets are securities, but don't explain. So in this lawsuit, they've alleged that not. So finally, Gary Gensler wants to tell everybody what is a security. They allege that non-digital assets are securities, but don't explain their analysis for even one. They also didn't sue the issuers or exchange where the tokens traded, the people with resources to fight back. They just went after one man and his family. I can tell you why they did that is because they've been getting their butts handed to them left and right by Ripple, who has the resources to fight them, and they don't want any more fights. This bully wants to pick on people that can't defend themselves. There you go. That's why. He says it's hard to overstate what a mess this will be. The SEC's jurisdiction turns on whether these assets are in fact securities. This means the case may require 9 mini trials, one for each asset, to resolve their security status, without the issuers or the exchanges to defend any. Well, Jake, here I got a little issue with this, Jake. Here's the problem. John Deaton has been telling he's been telling your arrogant butt and all the rest of you arrogant people at the Blockchain Association, the Chamber of Digital Commerce, all of you arrogant crypto attorneys who are too snotty to go and help John Deaton. He's been telling you that this was an attack on all of crypto, but because it was Ripple, you all ignored it and you didn't want to help. Because it was XRP and you all let your ideology get in the way of what was right and wrong, and now you're going to weigh in and join the party because now you see the threat. And we tried to tell you for over a year. Shame on you, Jake, and shame on all of you. You don't represent the industry. You represent yourselves and your ideology, your Bitcoin and proof of work, Ethereum, whatever. And you all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Okay, and then Coinbase apparently was the whistleblower on this. I was looking, I'm not going to take you through this whole thread, but this is Brian Armstrong basically saying that Coinbase found, this is the way I understood it, Coinbase found this insider trading business, and once they found it, they immediately brought it to the attention of the authorities, being the SEC. And then this guy right here is the chief policy officer at Coinbase, and he tweeted this yesterday. And this, I'm not going to go through that part, but I want to show you this. Let me make sure I follow this person. Wow, must be first time Coinbase. Coinbase, same thing. Shame on you. None of you industry participants stepped to the plate to defend Ripple. This whole time, none of you. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. But now they're defending XRP. Okay? Perhaps worst of all, this is in the Coinbase write-up, perhaps worst of all, the SEC's approach has created enormous risk for investors. We saw this in vivid detail when the Commission brought an enforcement action against Ripple after years of taking no action against them, claiming that XRP is a security. The value of XRP dropped immediately, costing investors huge sums of money. The XRP case is especially notable because there was disagreement even within the federal government about whether XRP was a security or not. FinCEN had determined it was not a security, and then the SEC said that it was. Okay, so welcome to the party, Coinbase. Imagine what we could have done with your help over the last year, what we had to do by ourselves. Then there's this, because we have this is going to really blow your mind. We have, let me write that down. We have a regulator who actually believes in the Constitution. This is going to be tough on Gary because Gary, I don't even know if Gary knows what it is over at the SEC. CFTC statement from CFTC FAM, Commissioner FAM, okay? Check this out. In the words, look at this. In the words of the Federalist number 49, the people are the only legitimate fountain of power, and it is from that the constitutional charter is derived. Government is and should be the servant of the people, and it should be fully accountable to them for actions which it supposedly takes on their behalf. The case SEC versus Wahi is a striking example of regulation by enforcement. The SEC complaint alleges that dozens of digital assets, including those that could be described as utility tokens and/or security tokens relating to decentralized autonomous organizations, are securities. Their allegations have broad implications. So this is the CFTC coming out and firing a missile at the SEC. So not only have you had enough, not only have I had enough, not only has Jake Chervinsky and Coinbase now had enough, but now the CFTC has had enough. The question is, when's Congress going to have enough? Because yeah, we've seen some jabs, but we haven't seen it. We still haven't seen Congress call for an investigation of the SEC, and there is definitely one warranted. So yeah, Warren Davidson and Tom Emmer, to their credit, they did make some strong statements, but sorry guys, that's not going to be enough. You need to call for an investigation, because an investigation finally puts these people on the ground. Then they're on the ground because they will not be able to defend it. I've seen enough to know where that puts them. They need to be on the ground. Look, this bully's been picking on one or two people for over a year now. And now you got all these people showing up to the fight because this bully needs to have, oh, I don't want to say anything like that, because then they'll say that I was being violent, like they accused John Deaton. But this bully in this scenario, you got to put him on the ground. The way to do it is to, and look, if they're going to put this in your motions, SEC, here's what you do. You say, look, he said they need to be put on the ground, and that's violence. Well, tell them also this in the motion. Tell them that I said that you need your ethics office, which told Bill Hinman not to go after his, not to speak to his law firm because it could be criminal violations. Put in your motion that I also said that he went and did that, and your ethics office told him not to do it, and that he did it anyway, and now Congress needs to ask for an investigation of the SEC and your ethics office. Put that in there. I'm sure that would end in some violence, maybe some handcuffs. Carolyn B. Pham then retweeted her thing, okay? And then let's move along. Brian Quinitz, who used to be the CFTC commissioner, he comes and weighs in. Regulation by enforcement, threats, leverage, PR, or any other means beyond the APA rule-making process is wholly inappropriate. And so he agrees with Carolyn Pham. Brad Garlinghouse, of course, agrees. Powerful words from Commissioner Pham. Regulatory clarity comes from being out in the open, not in the dark. Well, Brad, the problem is they had to be in the dark with Joseph Lubin and Andreessen Horowitz. And remember those secret meetings, the venture capital working group? The meetings were, according to Nancy Wotas, those were supposed to be secret. And she was worried Andreessen Horowitz was going to get mad at her. Remember? I've played the video. She was worried they were going to get mad at her. And so she gets on the phone. It wasn't me that leaked the documents because they wanted it to be secret. The venture capital working group. Remember, Lowell Ness was the attorney for Andreessen Horowitz. He was there. He wrote the safe harbor memo. It was supposed to get a secret getting Ethereum and Bitcoin the free pass. It was all supposed to be a secret. So they needed to be in the dark to pull this off, because that's the kind of agency the SEC is now. See, he says, unfortunately, the SEC seems more content to operate in the latter. That's exactly right. That's what you do when you have been compromised as a government agency and turned into something else. Then there was this. The SEC is trying to object to Netburn's order about attorney-client privilege. He says they're actually going to object to the order and ask Judge Torres to overturn the order. This is the order in which Judge Netburn called the SEC argument hypocritical. Someone needs to talk them off the ledge. And then I think Stefan Huber makes one excellent point here. Check this out. Never ever forget who the only damn person in the whole crypto space is that praises and supports the SEC at every freaking opportunity. He's got a hold of Ethereum's Joseph Lubin defends the SEC amid Ripple lawsuit. Joseph Lubin voices support for the SEC. Joseph Lubin voices support. Consensus CEO Lubin's SEC isn't hurting crypto innovation, right? Why is he being like this? We're helping the SEC to understand how to protect consumers, investors from bad actors. This is the guy who I said it right here. This is the guy who helped Ethereum purchasers. We've played the video for you. He helped the Ethereum purchasers in the ICO, the large whales, to hide their purchases, and nobody's ever gone after him for it. And now this is the guy that says decentralization every chance he can get. Hinman said decentralization. That's the reason Ethereum's not a security. But they don't want you to know whether the ownership of Ethereum is centralized. And that's what he accused Brad Garlinghouse of and Ripple of. But they don't want you to see whether the ownership of Ethereum is centralized. This guy needs to be investigated himself. And he's out there, he thinks the SEC is doing a great job. So crypto industry, Jake Chervinsky, Coinbase, all of you people that all of a sudden want to join the party, you people whose tokens have now been attacked, I think LCX was one of them. Where's the outrage against this guy and what they did in ETHgate? Because that is everything.
They've been very clear that they understand there is this new construct, this protocol-based open platform.
So you think they get it?
Yeah, we believe they get it. They've introduced a new construct, decentralization, into their thinking. So in addition to the Howey test...
I'm not going to play the rest of that video, but I want everybody listening to my voice who's just joining the party to understand something. If you pull that ETHgate card from this house of cards, it all comes tumbling down. And then we can get a level playing field and create a framework for all of digital assets, not just Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's why it's so important. This guy needs to pay for what he's done. And the people that were involved in it also need to pay. You've got to pull that ETHgate card out. Those cards have to tumble. Because you can't build this new digital financial system around two huge lies, ETHgate and Satoshi. Two huge lies. How can you build a financial system around lies? Big, huge lies. They're all lies and they know it. Now, check this out. Happy 7 million accounts. Stellar Network. We'll use any milestone to eat cake. 7 million accounts. Folks, when you think about how early we are, I'm glad I own some XLM. That's all I got to say. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family. We cannot build a new digital asset, an entire new asset class on the top of a heap of stinking, steaming lies. Thanks for listening.